The SAT plays an important role in helping students plan their future from college to career. And in January 2022, College Board announced that the SAT was transitioning to digital testing. And exciting news, it will be available to all students in the U.S. beginning on Saturday, March 9th. Senior Vice President of College Readiness Assessments with the College Board, Priscilla Rodriguez, joins me now with what students should know. Thank you so much for joining us. But the first question I have is, why did College Board decide to switch to digital?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I love that that's where you start. I'll tell you where students are starting with us, which is like, why did it take you so long? Today's students do, as we know, so much of their living digitally. They really do a lot of their learning digitally. I think COVID accelerated that, right? It's much kind of remote learning that happened in so many places. And then they do a lot of their other testing digitally. These little bubble sheets, the answer sheets that they were getting for the SAT, that number 2 pencil, was genuinely a source of anxiety for them. That doesn't feel natural to today's students. So we never wanted to rush students in schools to digital. In some ways, we feel like we're playing catch up, and we're excited to be able to get a test to students that I think feels a lot more natural and inherently less stressful to them.
Oh, that makes sense. So what else can folks expect? Folks, I should say students, right? When I think folks, I think older folks. But yeah, what should students be expecting with this digital SAT?
Yeah, sure. So a few things. So first off, digital, so pretty clear, but students can take it on a range of laptops and tablets. This is not a cell phone test, at least not at this point. And they take it on a testing app we built called Blue Book. That's an app that students can actually download in advance. They can get familiar with it and even do practice tests on it. The second thing to note is that, yes, while it's a digital test, this is not an at-home SAT. So students are still gathering in classrooms with other students and a proctor present. And there are a few changes we were able to make really based on feedback we've gotten over the years from students in schools as we made this transition. I think I'll call out maybe 2 of the big ones. So the first is that the digital SAT is considerably shorter than the paper SAT, and students are loving that. So
Yeah.
instead of being about 3 hours long, it's about 2 hours long. And students are leaving feeling so much less exhausted and more confident that they really were able to show their best work in reading, writing, and math. And then the second change that I'd call out is within the reading and writing section. So the SAT has 2 sections, reading and writing and math. Within reading and writing, what we've done is we've taken away these long reading passages that the paper SAT had, all of which had multiple questions tied to them, put a lot of pressure on reading and skimming and remembering those reading passages. Now, every question in the reading and writing section has a shorter, still complex and rich, but shorter reading passage, single question tied to it, and then students can move on to the next one. Takes the pressure down. If you don't understand a reading passage or you don't connect with it, flag it for later, keep on moving. You don't have 5 or 10 questions riding on that.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so much better. So how can students practice?
We really want students to walk in feeling confident and calm as you can when you walk into an SAT. So we have really continued what is now almost a 10-year partnership with another nonprofit called Khan Academy to together bring access to world-class practice for free to all students. So now with this move to digital, the best thing students can do is download that Blue Book student testing app, start working through. We have 4 full-length official practice tests there. So start working through those. As they complete practice tests, they're going to get a practice score back and diagnostics, right? What areas and questions did they do really well on? And what areas and skills could they refresh and improve on? And then they get connected over to Khan Academy, where they can do more detailed kind of videos, tutorials, quizzes, and practice problems to really refresh, come back to a practice test and see if they were able to improve their score.
Wonderful. Thanks again. It was so great to meet you, and such an important topic for those students out there. And if you'd like to see this interview again, everyone, you can head to First Coast News Plus on Apple TV, Roku, or Fire TV.